Okay, here we come. Our Presidium comes first, and then our teaching staff for high school. Okay, and now we present the class of 2018. Class of 2018. If you'll remain standing. Remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem of the Dominican Republic and the United States of America, please. You may be seated. On behalf of the staff, leadership of Carroll Morgan High School, I would like to welcome our board members, CMS leadership, parents, family, and friends to our celebration tonight of recognizing an amazing class of graduates, the Carroll Morgan School class of 2018. Our Presidium members are Ms. Kelly Brown, representing the school board, Ms. Rhonda Norris, head of school, and Mr. Nicholas Mostert, acting head of school. Behind me, Ms. Natalia Costales and Mr. Robert Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln served as the class of 2018 school sponsor this year. Before I begin, I want to be the first to congratulate you tonight, of many people, on reaching this milestone in your life. This journey called life can be measured by defining moments. And for this class, in my mind, our defining moment was on a mountaintop in the rain and the mud, and even tutus last year when you spent several days building a house and a kitchen for one of our neighbors in need. And the defining moment for me was when we took photos of that lady and the smile that she had for the kitchen that she can now cook in instead of cooking on the ground. And for me, that speaks a lot of the character and the integrity of the class of 2018. So thank you for that moment in life. I hope you never forget it. And for me, that defines you as a class for the next 50 years in my life. So thank you very much for that. I would now like to welcome Ms. Kelly Brown to the podium to speak on behalf of the school board.
Thank you, Mr. Holderman. Good evening. On behalf of the Carroll Morgan School Board of Directors and as a proud Devanio mom, I'd like to welcome all of you here tonight. I know many of you have come from far and wide to help us recognize this remarkable class of 2018, so thank you for being here. And I would also like to thank Devanio for letting us all share in this celebration. It truly has been a privilege to watch them grow into adulthood. From tiny steps in pre-kinder to giant leaps in 12th grade. This is a class of athletes, artists, scholars, entrepreneurs, and activists. Each is so amazing, and they all have made us and themselves so proud. The Carroll Morgan's mission is to give each of our students the tools to be leaders in the 21st century, whether that's in their homes, their schools, their workplaces, or their communities. And they have already shown us that they can wield those tools with great dexterity, zeal, and compassion here at Carroll Morgan. And now we're looking forward to seeing what they do with them as they head off into this challenging and exciting world. I would like that they remember one thing, that most of the world's great accomplishments are made by those who dare to take risk, who think for themselves, follow their own drum, and lead with their heart. I would like to ask that each of you take the tools that the Carroll Morgan School has given you to carve your own paths, to shape your own dreams, and to build your own destinies. Be fearless and unafraid. Take risks. This truly is your moment, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. And now it is my great honor to welcome our head of school, Ms. Rhonda Norris.
Good evening. It's my pleasure as head of school to welcome each of you to the 2018 Carroll Morgan High School graduation ceremony. Family and friends, we're honored to have you join us this evening. Graduates, take a breath and enjoy this amazing ceremony in your honor. We are all here to celebrate each of you. Relax and be confident that Carol Morgan has prepared you for what comes next. Lou Holtz shared, I follow 3 rules. Do the right thing, do the best you can, and always show people that you care. First, do the right thing. Find your core and act with integrity. The things you do when no one's looking are the things that define you. As you embrace life's opportunities in the midst of the busyness, the noise, and the chaos of this world, find your core. By developing your core as you move through life, you will know what is right for you when you're presented with a challenge. Develop who you are and what you believe, and stay true to those ideals. When change presents itself, lean into the uncertainty, stay open to the opportunities, and rely on your core beliefs to keep you centered and to guide you. Maintain your integrity and do what is right. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, and your reputation is what others think you are. Next, do the best you can. Embrace and engage in the challenges. The struggle you are facing today is developing the strength you will need tomorrow. Challenges can present opportunities to validate or to redirect our paths. Embrace those choices. You are a generation who can see with more clarity the possibilities in the unknown and to harness what needs to in order for you to meet the fast-changing pace of the world, knowing that change will most certainly be a constant in your life. You are innovative individuals who have far fewer boundaries in their thinking and who are not afraid to jump right in and take on new things. Your success will depend upon you engaging in this uncertainty, taking risks with confidence, even when you know you could fail. Keep learning and persevere. Your future is determined by what you do today. Step forward and do your best. Most important, always show people you care. Relationships are important. How you treat and interact with others matters. Everyone at Carol Morgan has supported you in your journey to graduation tonight. Show your appreciation and be grateful. Show respect for the dignity and worth of others through your compassion, your kindness, your empathy, and your generosity. The most significant events and memories in your life will be grounded in the people, and it is these people who will matter most in your life's journey. Not one of you arrived to graduation in the exact same pathway. Continue to nurture those relationships and recognize those who support you every day. One of the best feelings in the world is knowing that your presence and your absence both mean something to someone. Embrace your future, evolve your life story, so that when you look back at my age, you will be proud of the compassion you have shown others, the relationships you have developed in your life, and you will be confident that your core beliefs have been the compass in guiding you to make strong decisions, as well as the amazing contributions and engagements I know that you are going to make in your lives. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Life is fascinating. Engage, contribute, and connect. Thank you. I would now like to invite Nicholas Mostert to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just before I start, it is amazing looking at these students today, or tonight. They look absolutely adorable. Haven't seen them since 8th grade. They've grown up. And I'm extremely proud of what you've done over the last few years at Carroll Morgan. I have the honor tonight to announce the Valedictorian and Salutatorian for the school year 2018. These students are the two top students with a grade point average or GPA, the two highest GPAs. These two students must have attended Carroll Morgan School for either their grade 9 to 12, 4 years, or a minimum of 2 years. I'm honored and delighted to announce the salutatorian of the class of 2018 with a GPA of 4.886 and have accomplished or completed 9 advanced placement courses. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the podium Catherine Pena Brown.
In Ms. Costales' 10th grade Spanish class, I vividly remember watching a TED Talk by monk David Sandel, in which he explained that it's not happiness that makes us grateful, it's gratefulness that makes us happy. He said, and I quote, "We all know quite a number of people who have everything that it would take to be happy, and they're not happy because they want something else or they want more of the same. And we all know people who have lots of misfortune that we ourselves would never want to have. And yet, they're deeply happy. They radiate happiness. Why? Because they're grateful." End of quote. So what does it really mean to be grateful? Well, Mr. Steindl said that being grateful is the valuing of something that is given to you. So tonight, I would like to mention 4 gifts that have been given to us these years at CMS that I value and that bring me happiness. The first gift are our teachers. Teachers that will Skype you the day before a quiz if you still have questions, will bake and bring cookies to your AP exam, will not give up on showing you the beauty of mathematics, and will spend all day for an entire week grading and carefully giving feedback to 81 SEE presentations. I mean, Taivenio, we have teachers that care about us. And teachers, although we might sometimes not show it, we really care about all of you too. The second gift are our parents. Mine, which I both owe so much to, but then all of ours, especially the Taivenio moms, who've showered us with love and support and have gone above and beyond to help us be the best class that is graduating from CMS today. And I mean, just think about our mom's glue gun burns and the time they would spend preparing our comparsas costumes, or the acampadas at Tia Claudia's house, or the moms that would prepare the extravagant senior breakfasts, and the famous tacadas at Tia Nati's house / hotel. And just overall, how much time and how much they sacrificed for us individually and as a class. The third gift I would like to highlight tonight are all the good times we've had as a class. Way too many to talk about them all, but just to mention some of my favorite. In elementary school, trick-or-treating in Los Pinos, our really cool pool and dance parties, Tole throwing a glue stick across the classroom that hit the new kid, Franco, on the head, or when Manuel eloquently asked a girl out to a dance. In middle school, how good it finally felt to give and be done with the I Have a Dream speech. And when a group of us was trapped in detention on our Washington, D.C. trip, and Leslie yelled, "Mr. Anderson, please, let us go. Mafe's mother is giving light." And then high school. Wow. So far, the best 4 years of my life. In 9th and 10th grade, we enjoyed many 15th birthday parties, the boys' Coca-Cola final in the Estado Quisqueya, our regular class parties at Choli's house, our MUN, band and choir, and art trips. And then, when we transitioned from being Agnesia to Divenio, a class that glowed, went to Cadaqués with Jacinto, had a day of cocotazos only, and shaving creamed its way into senior year, a year in which we once again went on an amazing retreat to Jarabacoa, in which we cried our eyes out in the gazebo. Andrea and Sophia's talking kept us up all night, and then Matilde gave Dominique a helpful 4:15 a.m. wake-up call. A year in which Eladri won the pep rally's scooter race. Theo led an assembly in a toga. And 5:04 Wednesdays, juntaderas at Mapache's house, and Zen garden lounging became a tradition. Divenio, we've created so many memories for us now to cherish and build upon. And that brings me to the fourth gift, the Divenio family. And some will ask, why do you guys call yourself family? You're just a close group of friends. But when you spend 14 out of the 17 years of your life together, as much of us have, including myself, trust me that you get to know each other and love each other like family. And also, I've always been told that the difference between family and friends is that you choose your friends and you don't choose your family. Well, I didn't choose Divenio. I fell into this class by pure chance. So we are an amazing family by luck and lifelong friends by choice. So our teachers, parents, memories, and Divenio family are the things I feel grateful for on such a special night like tonight, in which we, the graduating class of 2018, sit gowned and tasseled in front of all those who've helped us to get to where we are. So I'd now like to take this opportunity to ask you all to please close your eyes. Close your eyes, please. And think about something you're grateful for on a night like tonight. You can open your eyes. If there is one thing you take away from my speech tonight, please let it be that it is only by being grateful for what you currently have that you're able to achieve happiness. Something that I wish for all of you, always. Tole. Divenio, los amo. No se sofoquen.
Thank you, Kate. The next student is our valedictorian. This is the student with the highest or the top GPA. This young lady received a GPA of 5.161. I think when I went to school, the GPA was 4. I don't know how they got to 5. But this young lady scored a GPA of 5.161, completed 9 advanced placements courses, and yet again, it is an honor and extremely delighted at this moment to invite to the podium our valedictorian for the class of 2018, Andrea Rodriguez Robledo.
Good evening, Ms. Norris, Mr. Molstert, Mr. Holzerman, faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2018. Not so long ago, we were freshmen, but sooner than we expected, we were cutting a piece of our first cake as seniors. From our first senior breakfast to our last day of school, we have all been counting down the days until this one. The day we prayed for its quick delivery has finally arrived, but just recently did I realize what part of graduation meant, saying goodbye. Now that it's here, part of me is sorry it is, But instead of being sorry that it's over, let's be proud and happy of the way it happened. As we embark on this new journey, we should start by thanking God and everyone who's helped us grow into the individuals we've become. Our parents and teachers, counselors and coaches, and the overall school community. Whether it was bringing home the Caisa Trophy, starting a business, finishing SE, or now graduating, the achievements of this class have been many, but none of them would have been possible without your support. To this mentors, I say, our success is your success, for you have given us the courage to dare, the knowledge to excel, and the belief that we can succeed. You have had faith when we doubted ourselves. You have been there for us with encouragement. For all these reasons, we, the class of 2018, thank every single one of you. On a personal note, I would like to take a second to thank my parents for being the twin pillars without whom I could not stand, my siblings for being my role models, whose accomplishments fuel my will to continue, and my grandparents, but I will say this part in Spanish. Gracias, abuelos, por apoyarme, aunque no siempre tenga la razón. Devenio, as we leave this gym tonight, I hope we never take for granted the gifts we have received, education and experience. We must recognize that we were born in privileged families, where we never had to worry about paying for our education or our necessities. We must recognize that we have been given more opportunities than most to succeed in life. And because of that, we must always keep in mind those that weren't as fortunate. With these gifts comes the responsibility of choice, and it's up to us to decide how our talents are bestowed upon the world. As we stand here today, I hope each and every one of you knows that the mark we hope to make has no barriers but ourselves. Usually, when one thinks of successful individuals, names as Bill Gates pop up. The reality is that normal people who aren't recognized worldwide can be just as successful. Sitting amongst the graduating class, there are some that excel being leaders, being friends, being humanitarians. There are some who aspire to go into international relations, become lawyers, surgeons, photographers, and the list goes on. Whatever your skill sets, whatever the path you choose to follow, always remember to stay true to what makes you happy, what inspires you. Never forget to do good to those around you, and no matter what, always try to strive to become a better version of yourself. It is small things like these that are not always quantified that will define your success. We all have bright futures ahead of us. Just remember, excellence is never an accident. It's the result of hard work. Finally, I hope we never forget each other. Devenio, you have shown me the true value of friendship. Whether it's cheering on for the boys and girls soccer teams during the Copa Coca-Cola finals, spraying shaving cream on each other as we became seniors, freezing as we attempted to shower in the river during our junior retreat, or dancing the night away during our beach weekends, my journey through school would not have been the same without you. Thank you for being part of my story, and thank you for letting me be part of yours. If there's one thing I'm certain of, it's that no matter how long down the path in life, we can be certain that we will see the same friends we have today still standing by our sides. It seems as if it was yesterday when we walked the high school hallways as freshmen for the first time, with 4 years of memories, traditions, and experiences awaiting us. During this time, new stories were written, the stories of each and every one of us. Today, as we walk across the stage to receive our diplomas, we say goodbye to everything we've known so far. For all of us, a new journey is about to begin, one filled with uncertainties in the near and distant future. However, rather than falling fear to prisoner of the unknown, we must embrace it, as uncertainty is another word for opportunity. When looking back, it seems that for 18 years, we were in the pilots of our own lives, were the co-pilots of such. Our parents always seemed to know what was best for us, and our teachers always kept us interested in education. Today, we become ambassadors of our own future, and it's up to us to decide where we want to go and what we want to accomplish. Although this ceremony marks the end of a chapter, it also marks the start of something great. After you leave tonight, let us take advantage of the opportunities we have been blessed with and of the friendships we have developed. Devenio, I love you all, and good luck. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Harry Solano, are you in the back or are you in the front? Because now we're getting ready for a musical treat from the class of 2018. They're going to sing a memorable music mashup led by Mr. Harry Solano. Where is he? Mr. Harry, if y'all come on down and get ready, please, for the instruments and the little group that's going to sing here. There's your mic. Thank you to the choir of 2018 and the band. That was amazing. Thank you very much. We're going to take about a minute here, I think, to have a stage change. So while we're doing this, I would like to have Kate and Andrea come stand right here. If they do, they will get a plaque at the end of the night that they will take home. One is for salutatorian, one is for valedictorian. So they'll be right here. And tonight, before you leave, we'll give them to you. Okay, so you have to carry them all night while you're sitting there. But they do get a plaque in recognition of what they've done this year with their GPA and their studies. Hello. That may should wait till the end. Well, I don't know what you're celebrating yet, but or you're celebrating the next speaker, maybe. Okay, it is you. Well, don't come yet. I haven't introduced you. Okay, the next speaker is going to give you some words of wisdom. He's the class president for the class of 2018. I want to call Mr. Teofilo Carbonell Freitas.
Okay, before I start, I want to give a quick shout out to Renato and Luis, who it's their birthday today. Oh, Feli, te deseamos a ti, cumpleaños, Renato y Ciclón, cumpleaños feliz. Okay. Good evening, board members, faculty, family, Divenio, and guests. It has been an honor and pleasure to be the senior class president this year. Well, sometimes it hasn't been as pleasurable. Divenio, you have been great and very fortunate to have had such a dedicated and exceptional senior student council this year. Take these three scenarios, for example. First of all, we had some beautiful senior hoodies made to showcase the start of our senior year. They were supposed to arrive in September, but the student council wisely decided that it was better to give them out in December to protect the class from the freezing cold here in Santo Domingo. However, for some strange reason, no one liked the idea. Secondly, we tried to raise money for the senior beach weekend the most efficient way, by asking the parents. However, our parents weren't on board with the amount. They were arguing their usual, do you think money grows from trees? Well, let me tell you something. As Mr. Cosio's ex-biology student, I know for a fact that money is made from paper and paper comes from trees. Thirdly, because of the previous fundraising experience with the beach weekend, we decided to throw a real fundraising event. A party. However, the class did not like the idea of doing it in a long weekend because they wanted to see singer Manuel Turizo in Punta Cana's nightclub, Imagine. So what does Stuco do? We get another perfect date for the party, but even this date posed a problem for the parents. It was the weekend before finals. Seriously? Divenio? Just take a look at Cruz over here. He aced the SAT without even opening a book. The party was a real success, and finals too. So, many people in the last few weeks have asked, why have there been so many events? Why is graduation so important that it requires a mass, an embassy gathering, a capping ceremony, a senior march, a graduation day, and finally a prom? Let me start with the following. Graduation is one of the most unforgettable moments of a student's life. It is a way to honor tradition and major accomplishments. It is also the end result of the last 14 years, which includes hours of studying and stress, but also everlasting friendships and wonderful memories. It is an occasion to give thanks to our parents, teachers, and mentors for all they have done for us. We are gathered here today to celebrate a new phase of our lives. But in order to go forward, we have to leave certain things behind. For example, no more SE. No more school uniforms. No more emails to your parents for skipping Bohío. But just as we leave that, we're also leaving. No more Curry Thursdays. No more Maldonado. No more running out of air trying to get to Mr. Lincoln's class before the 3-minute break. No more gossip in the Zen garden after a Tuesday after a long weekend. No more camp in Imagine. No more going to Eduardo's house every single day of the week. No more of Adriano and Alejandra texting Hoy se sale through the WhatsApp group. And most importantly, no more seeing each other every day. As I mentioned before, this is a very happy moment for all of us, but also want to leave some helpful tips that I, as our president, recommend. They won't be the usual like focus or never fall under peer pressure because your parents have probably said it over and over and over. I am going to give you my 3. Number 1, always stay true to yourself. If there's one awesome thing that this class has, is that every one of us is unique in its own way. Our class is made up of a guy que está burlao. We have a girl who can only score above 100 on every test. We have the guy who can look left and right at the same time. We have a goalkeeper and a philosopher right in the same person. We have a girl who lives in Miami but studies here in Carroll Morgan. We have also a guy who created the perfect Subway sandwich. And we even have quadruplets, and they don't even look alike. However, of these students and the rest of our interesting class make up our enormous family, which leads me to my next advice. Number 2, always stay connected. This one can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, it doesn't mean we have to be constantly sending pictures of Rodrigo's giant head through the WhatsApp group. No. This means that even though it is practically impossible to have all 81 of us physically together again, it is possible to stay connected. And finally, number 3, and most importantly, enjoy it all. The next few years are going to be the best ones in your life. Don't take any second for granted. As a smart group of people that I know very closely once said, no te sofoque, que te va un teque. It translates to don't overstress yourself because you're going to burn out. We have a bright future in our horizon. Let us come back in 10 years, read our time capsules, and say, we did it. Thank you, and God bless. Hey, now it's time. Thank you. Now I'm going to pass the podium to Mr. Lincoln, who is going to talk about our class.
Thank you, Teo. Before I begin, I too would be remiss if I didn't express my sincerest gratitude for having been chosen to speak to you tonight. It has been a journey, to say the least, but it is and always will be an honor to know you. At the risk of being a cliche, I would like to open my address to you this evening with talk of poetry. James Stevens, in his poem titled The Road, cautions us against building walls around ourselves and within ourselves, actual and perceived walls that separate us from our fellow men. And like countless poems before and since, his finishes with a dynamic flash that deftly sears an image in our minds. I quote, "And by contagion of the sun, we may catch at a spark from that primeval fire and learn that we are better than our clay and equal to the peaks of our desire." We are better than our clay and equal to the peaks of our desire. Better than our clay. Is any of us much more than atoms cleverly rearranged, refracted by light, transmitted through space, decoded by receptors, and again reassembled to become us? Are we only as great as the sum of our parts? Or are we more? Can we be more than what we are? An architect by the name of Louis Kahn once said, "Even a brick wants to be something." Imagine a single clay brick alone on the pavement somewhere, looking skyward at the immense buildings reaching mightily to the heavens, feeling so intimidated, so insignificant. And pretty soon, you, each and every one of you bricks sitting here tonight, will also be alone on that pavement, your brick mouth agape at the behemoth so high above you, feeling just as insignificant, perhaps. Pretty soon, you will know just how strong you are and just what kind of clay you are made of. But that's not all of it, is it? Stevens also challenges us to become equal to the peaks of our desire. Might that same brick desire to one day be a part of La Sagrada Familia, Burj Khalifa, St. Peter's Basilica, the Taj Mahal? How does one even measure peaks of desire? And you, bricks, what are the peaks of your desire? We talk plenty of becoming something, and it seems so often during these talks we conclude that we need to search outside of ourselves in order to rearrange our atoms and refract our light particles to be, or at the very least seem, better than our clay. What we tend to forget a lot of the time, however, is that we should be excavating the precious resources inside of us instead of the material ones that we consume, absorb, claim as our own. If only we could become just as good at moving in the other direction, our true selves decoded by different receptors, harnessing the power of light, rearranging our brick atoms into towering works of art, defying our innate intimidation and insignificance and insecurity, achieving the peaks of our desires. You know, in Ecuador, in the peaks high up in the Andean rainforests, live various indigenous tribes. Ya lo sabe. And one of these communities, the Shuar people, practices the dream change, which basically harnesses the power of their dreams in order to change the world around them. As they have watched the decay and erosion of their home in the Amazon due to the harvesting of resources and acquiring of land, they have also seen the decay and erosion of the dreams of mankind. Our dreams that once respected, celebrated, and sustained life on earth have been usurped by those that pervert, disregard, and destroy it. These relatively new dreams, the Shuar say, are responsible for the metastasization of the decay and erosion in our world. As it turns out, for too long now, we've been dreaming in the wrong direction. Our desires have become our destruction. Bricks, you must change the dream for all of us. You, the dreamers and the doers, the young people who will before long be the inheritors of your own world, to you I ask, What are the peaks of your desires? Are you better than your clay? Devenio, I now ask you to look around at the other adults who are with you on stage this evening. Alone, each of you is just an insignificant brick. Useful, perhaps, as a doorstop, a paperweight, maybe an act of revenge on an ex's windshield. But together, you can really become something. Do something. Don't just wait for the world to build up around you according to someone else's dream. Don't leave it up to their senseless fantasy that will end up being the decay of our reality. Change the dream. Follow your desires all the way to the top, and when you run out of room to climb, then you give yourself room to grow. Brick by brick, build us all a path ever higher, forward evermore, and make us better than our clay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lincoln. I think on behalf of these bricks, I can say that they are all stronger, wiser, and better prepared for having known you. Thank you for that amazing speech. Okay, class of 2018 and parents, now is the time, the reason we came, the culmination of 12 plus years of dedication. 14 years for some of you. Okay. The presentation of the diplomas. Ms. Costales, will you please come forward and read the names for us? Thank you.
Good evening. As we called our names, if you look at the screens on both sides of the stage, you'll be looking at a slideshow that was prepared for our Divania seniors. Also, as they walk, you'll see that some of our seniors are wearing yellow sashes alongside their white ones. And that denotes that they're NHS members. Please rise. Andrea Rodriguez Robledo. "13 years at CMS. Catherine Rosa Peña Brown, 14 years at CMS. Teófilo Manuel Carbonell Freixas, 14 years at CMS. José Numitor Agramonte Castillo, 14 years at CMS. Victoria Aguirrevere Jiménez, 1 year at CMS. Rodrigo Alba Camasta, 14 years at CMS. Lilmarí Álvarez Peláez, 9 years at CMS. Matilde Elena Alvarez Valdivia, 13 years at CMS. Luisa Andrade Marinozzi, 6 years at CMS. Jesús Manuel Ariza Mieses, 4 years at CMX. Juan Marco Arostegui Fernández, 14 years at CMS. Isabela María Vaquero Álvarez, 13 years at CMS. Christian Barceló Bathory, 13 years at CMS. Alejandra Barranco Álvarez, 2 years at CMS. Pedro Bogar del Río, 14 years at CMS. Daniel Ignacio Bolinaga Sanz, 6.5 years at CMS. Renato Cantarelli Filio, 11 years at CMS. Rosalía Carbonell Lara, 13 years at CMS. Jan Andrés Christian Rey, 14 years at CMS. Porfirio Adolfo Chacho Guzmán, 14 years at CMS. Thank you. Charles Christophe Corniel Fernandez, 14 years at CMS. Gabriela Costa Felberg, 1.5 years at CMS. Carlo Alberto de los Santos Lebrón, 14 years at CMS. Galilea de los Santos Mazas, 11 years at CMS. Ana Sofía de Moya Roy, 13 years at CMS. Eduardo Abraham Deves Selman, 14 years at CMS. Daniela María Di Carlo González, 14 years at CMS. Manuel Díaz González, 12 years at CMS. Daniela Amalia Diez Hasuri, 14 years at CMS. Frederick Emanzade Lluveres, 13 years at CMS. Mariana Faricelo Rivera, 12 years at CMS. Carlos Emilio Fernández Cruz, 13 years at CMS. Jorge Juan Fernández Gotró, 14 years at CMS. María Gabriela Fernández Paliza, 10 years at CMS. Cruz Rodolfo Fernandez, 6 years at CMS. Ricardo Antonio Ferrua Almudeci, 12 years at CMS. Juan Sebastián Franco Gómez, 4 years at CMS. Isabela María Franco Lulo, 12 years at CMS. Emilia Teresa Gamundi Acra, 3 years at CMS. Justin Romy Garcia, 4 years at CMS. Thank you. Marco Emilio Gatas Camis, 14 years at CMS. Andrés Javier Gómez Rizek, 12 years at CMS. Dominic Fernanda Hasbun Ortega, 14 years at CMS. Miranda Hasuri Lora, 5 years at CMS. Víctor Humberto Hernández Lora, 12 years at CMS. Curie Kim, 11 years at CMS. Youngmi Kim, 1 year at CMS. Héctor Eduardo León Rivera, 13 years at CMS. León Federico Levy Blom, 14 years at CMS. Carla Marie Liriano Roa, 13 years at CMS. Adriano Logroño Letelier, 14 years at CMS. Mónica López de Castro, 14 years at CMS. María del Pilar Martí Ramos, 8 years at CMS. Gustavo Eduardo Martínez García, 13 years at CMS. Leslie Paola McKinney Piera, 8 years at CMS. Lorena María Menicucci Camarena, 13 years at CMS. Verónica Patricia Monzón Álvarez, 12 years at CMS. Silvia Inés Muñiz Lozos, 14 years at CMS. Natasha Norris, 3 years at CMS. César Bienvenido Pacheco Hasim, 14 years at CMS. Thank you. Javier Eduardo Pacheco Hasim, 14 years at CMS. Lilia Isabel Pacheco Hasim, 14 years at CMS. Lucía del Carmen Pacheco Hasim, 14 years at CMS. André Manuel Piantini Aguilar, 7 years at CMS. Vamos, vamos, que por 4. Ana Sofía Pichardo Morales, 6 years at CMS. Isabela Reyes Cardela, 13 years at CMS. Alejandra Rivera Atías, 14 years at CMS. Andrea Alexandra Rodríguez Capretini, 11 years at CMS. Luis David Rodríguez Vázquez, 10 years at CMS. Sofía Victoria Roana, 2 years at CMS. José Ernesto Salas Acevedo, 6 years at CMS. Mónica Sánchez Ramos, 14 years at CMS. María José Santos Betances, 14 years at CMS. Sofía Alicia Selman Garcia, 14 years at CMS. Julia Isabel Selman Rizek, 14 years at CMS. Gerard André Serra Burnigal, 13 years at CMS. Franco Simón Sánchez, 6 years at CMS. Ettore Tolo Alviares, 1 year at CMS. Gregorio Torres Reisbeck, 14 years at CMS. María Fernanda Valiente Barceló, 13 years at CMS. María Laura Villavicencio Pérez, 4 years at CMS. Thank you. Chicos, los amo. Felicidades.
I'd like to invite Ms. Kelly Brown and Ms. Rhonda Norris to the podium to present our challenge to our seniors.
Will the students from the graduating class of 2018 please rise? You guys ready? Miss Brown, it's my pleasure to present to you the class of 2018 for graduation. I hereby certify that they have met all requirements for graduation as prescribed by board policy.
Thank you, Ms. Norris. By the power vested in me by the Carroll Morgan School Board of Directors, and with the sanction of the Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools, I hereby declare the class of 2018 graduated.
Drive careful, have a good night.
Thank you all for coming, and congratulations again to the class of 2018. Have a wonderful night and a great summer.